Do you ever eat popcorn out of the palm of your own hand with such ardent desperation that you feel like both a wild horse and the gentle schoolgirl feeding it treats to gain its affection? This is the funniest thing I have ever read. Do you know how much better life would be if we could zoom our eyes in and out? Stepping closer, you are talking about moving your body. Oh yes, let me just step closer into the sky and look at the stars. Or how about I step closer into the tiger den at the zoo to see them butter? Me at 15 years old, don't tell me what to do. Me at 20 years old, please tell me what to do. They're called leggings because you put a leg. They're called leggings because take your time. Hey, what's up? It's a movie about a old man turning his house into a hot air balloon. Thanks. There are only 2 types of food in this world. Food I've eaten. Food I'm going to eat. There's a picture of a dog meeting Pluto and the dog looks so hyped to meet him. I can't stop laughing. How come reading tea leaves is seen as this sophisticated, witchy thing, but if I slam dunk an open can of Chef Boyardee ravioli onto the pavement in the gas station parking lot to see what kind of soda the old ones think I should buy, foot stuff divination suddenly isn't cool anymore. Home is where your Wi-Fi connects automatically. This needs to be on a shirt. Do you miss her? You can tell. There are 2 things in this world you cannot hide. Sneezing and love. When a little kid is wiser than you. There's a guy in one of my classes who I'm secretly battling for dominance over by wearing awful hipster outfits. I don't know if he is thinking the same thing, but regardless I intend to win. I thought I won today when I walked into class wearing my awful 1995 figure skating tour of the world, sponsored by Campbell's Soup, t-shirt, mom jeans, and 1980 Moscow Olympics themed denim jacket, but then he had to walk in wearing a Donald Duck jacket with matching Donald Duck socks. Like, what a fucking power move. Real life is actually a lot like Animal Crossing, because you can change your hair and your clothes, but you're stuck with the face that was given to you by a frog asking you invasive personal questions. My sister sent me a text saying for the next 30 years you have to live with one person in the same room all the time. Afterwards you have to kill them. Would you choose someone you like or someone you hate? I have never been more distraught in my entire life. Adulthood doesn't mean you stop drinking juice pouches and eating fruit snacks. It means buying your own and mixing them with vodka at 3 in the morning while marathoning your favorite show because nobody can tell you to go to bed, and then regretting your decisions the next morning because you have to work and make more money to buy fruit snacks and juice pouches. I'm an adult. Who the F names their kid Pepper? Someone who wants to add spice to their life. Your average pineapple, peeled and cut, makes about 4.5 cups or 36 ounces of pineapple chunks. Cans of pineapple come in a variety of sizes, the most common being 20 ounces and 46 ounces, meaning a single pineapple generally won't fill up a single can perfectly, which also means every time you eat pineapple from a can somewhere someone else has the can that has the rest of that same pineapple. Meaning you can share a single fruit with a stranger from hundreds of miles away, and I think that's beautiful. How much sleep are you getting? Not enough, my guy. Isn't anyone going to talk about the pixel lamp straight up murdering the eye and then turning to stare at us as if to say, if you talk you'll be next, because what the F? My blog theme in the first year of being on Tumblr: carefully chosen font, professional style, high quality neutral images with deep meanings like the ocean and sunrises. My blog theme after 4 years of being on Tumblr: your cat will love the feeling of having really smooth legs. Whenever I see a baby in public I wish I were like a powerful fairy godmother character who could give the baby gift, like you'll never get a cold or math will always make sense to you or something like being great with string instruments. But I don't have any powers that I know of, but it doesn't stop me from trying. So every time I see a baby in public I tell the adult with it what a beautiful baby, and it makes them smile, and then I pretend I can take the goodness of their smile and I look at the baby and I think very hard you will have a good life. Even if it's hard, you will end up happy, and I'm just hoping the magic kicks in at some point. Fairy, for your service, I will grant you one boon. Me, cool, can it be the power to grant boons? Fairy, looking through the manual. Transformation Sunday cause who needs a friend that tries to steal your boyfriend. Go off. Me. What if bodies just had random errors like computers do? You go to receive your Starbucks coffee and accidentally punch the barista in the face, then on the floor. What kind of f***ing computer errors are you getting? CIA keeps database of Japanese style faces to use on online forums. It's official. Everyone with an anime avatar is now fed. Okay, so since the Russo brothers confirmed that animals and plants and the like all died in the snap, that means dogs died too. And lem tell ya, if anything happened to my dog, Earth wouldn't even need the Avengers. I'd make f***ing destroy Thanos myself, because no one f***ing messes with my dog, not even a crusty ass raisin with a rock collection. Me, after watching my cat turn to dust. Every single living Avenger getting TF out of my way. How is she holding that many knives? Did John Wick write these? Cult theory is applied to Fursona discourse. Level 0, mammal. Level 1, non-mammalian vertebrate. Level 2, invertebrate insect. Level 3, inanimate object or robot. Level 4, geographic feature. Level 5, abstract concept. Level 6, mathematical axiom. Level 7, where do eldritch abominations fall on this scale? Anywhere from 2.5 to 5.5, depending on the eldritch abomination in question. You're not friends if you haven't pooped at each other's houses. But what if the friend is across the country or in another country? Traditional Celtic folk music makes me go buck f***ing wild. I don't know what it is, if it's just in my blood, or if it's a past life, or just cause it's subjectively soulful, but I hear that fiddle and immediately transform into this heartbroken Irish widow in 1787 with a shawl draped over my shoulders, staring over the cliffs of Moher, waiting for my ghostly lover to return from sea. TBH, Americans are so funny. They're like, oh my god, there's a concert near my house, it's like a 3 hours drive. And Europeans are like, WTF, a 3-hour drive, are you kidding? I'm not going to France for that. Australians crying in the distance. How does anyone hate kids? They are so funny. I sold tickets to Incredibles to this little girl and her mom, and she's like, Mom, are we sitting next to each other? And the mom's like, yeah, and the kid screamed yes so loud it broke my ears. The other day I was bringing an older gentleman up a hill in a golf cart, and we drove past this huge Inca group of kids, like 100 kids. And driving past the first chunk, like 10 of them yelled out, let me on, in unison. And then, since I'm driving so slowly to be safe, halfway in some kid leaned up and said, do you play Fortnite? And I told him I played a little, and he just pointed and shouted, this guy plays Fortnite. And then like 20 kids started talking to me all at once about Fortnite. A kid asked me if I lived in the ambulance. I said yes. Military commercials. Do you like playing video games? Wouldn't it be cooler to murder people? Going to GameStop? Buying a game where you pretend to be a hero? Knock on our door and become a real hero. What if there was a violent video game you could play for free, plus it's real life and not a game at all? Stop spreading rumors. I'm not dating my dad. Okay, WTF is wrong with the media? That's exactly what someone who's dating their dad would say. A concept. Steve Rogers, who has recently woken up in the 21st century, Google's advice for the modern era, and accidentally discovers my brother and me. We asked you to send in questions related to World War II and superheroes. Because this week our special ghost spot is Captain America. How did we get Captain America on the show? Please, call me Steve. I legally don't think I can do that. Sorry. You'll ever read the official novelization of Harry Potter? They added so much stuff, it's crazy. The writer saw the movie and thought, you know what this story needs? A prankster ghost, and just added their rock into it. The writer is super obsessed with Quidditch too. Like, they added a whole chapter of it into the 4th movie. Really killed the flow of the story. I wrote this post to see how long it would take for someone to go actually, and it happened pretty quickly. Oh my god. So my mom has proposed a total ban on political debates on Thanksgiving, and she intends to enforce this by not only putting up a sign at the dinner table, but by also arming everyone with cheap plastic kazoos, which we will toot aggressively if the discourse begins to occur. I'm so glad. Bad naughty discourses must be silenced by the kazoo of civility. Can you please just start saying adults under 44 millennials, because that is now literally what it means. Then see if your thing sounds silly. The most commonly accepted age range that I have seen for millennials is, in fact, Chris Evans to Tom Holland, 1981 to 1996. At this point, the millennials are, for the most part, no longer the kids on your lawn. They're your slightly younger friends also complaining about the kids on the lawn. The Holland Evans range sounds vaguely astronomical. I like it. This is your daily, friendly reminder to use commas instead of periods during the dialogue of your story, she said with a smile. Unless you are following the dialogue with an action, and not a dialogue tag. He took a deep breath, and sat back down, after making the clarifying statement. However, she added, shifting in her seat, it's appropriate to use a comma, if there's action in the middle of a sentence. True. She glanced at the others. You can also end with a period if you include an action between two separate statements. Things I didn't know. This thread tickled me in my happy grandma spots.